Deep in the rugged landscape of the Isle of Man, where misty moors stretched as far as the eye could see, there lurked a creature that struck fear into the hearts of the island's inhabitants. Folklore whispered its name with trepidation: the Buchan. The Buchan, a malevolent werewolf-like being, roamed the island under the cover of darkness, preying upon those unfortunate enough to cross its path. Known for its insatiable hunger for misfortune, this creature reveled in bringing ill fate upon the innocent. Legends spun tales of farmers who lost their livestock, ships that vanished mysteriously, and entire villages left in ruins as a consequence of its wicked presence. What made the Buchan even more fearsome was its extraordinary ability to transform into anyone it desired. With this haunting power, it could deceive and manipulate its victims, striking at the very core of trust. It was said that the creature took great pleasure in assuming the appearance of a man. But even in its human disguise, the Buchan couldn't completely conceal its true nature. Legend had it that transforming into a man, the Buchan retained certain unnatural traits that betrayed its malevolent origins. Its ears, protruding from the sides of its head, stood tall like sharpened blades, barely concealed beneath a thin weight of human flesh. And as its feet touched the earth, the creature's lower extremities took on the form of horse hooves. These peculiarities were its calling card, revealing its true form to those observant enough to notice. The people of the Isle of Man, familiar with the Buchan's powers of transformation, kept their wits about them, ever vigilant for even the slightest sign of mischief. But in the darkest corners of the island, where the veil between reality and myth was thinnest, the Buchan continued to sow discord and despair. Whispers spread like wildfire, tales of encounters with this malicious creature haunting taverns, firelit gatherings, and hushed conversations in the dead of night. Mothers warned their children to return home before dusk, while brave souls ventured out armed with silvery charms and ancient rituals to ward off the malevolence within. Even as the Buchan wreaked havoc upon the Isle of Man, the people refused to succumb to despair. They stood united, fortified by their stories of survival and the knowledge that a few brave souls had managed to evade the clutches of the creature. For though the Buchan may have possessed an uncanny ability to manipulate, it underestimated the indomitable spirit that stirred within the hearts of the island's inhabitants. Amongst the tales told, there was one whispered with hopeful anticipation the prophecy of the Buchan's ultimate demise. It was said that a chosen one, marked by the ancient symbols etched upon their skin, would arise to challenge the malevolent creature and bring harmony back to the land. As the legend spread throughout the island, it reached the ears of a young islander named Finn. With fiery determination burning in his eyes, he ventured into the forbidden forests, seeking answers from the wise hermit rumored to possess knowledge of the Buchan's weakness. Deep within the shadows of the ancient woodland, Finn finally arrived at the hermit's secluded dwelling. The old sage greeted him with eyes weathered by time and a knowing smile that danced across his wrinkled face. "Finn," the hermit rasped, "I have been expecting you. The burden of destiny weighs heavily upon your shoulders." Perplexed, Finn listened intently as the hermit unveiled the prophecy etched in the annals of time. He revealed that to vanquish the Buchan, Finn would need to embark on a perilous journey, traversing treacherous landscapes and unlocking ancient relics imbued with unimaginable power. Armed with newfound knowledge and an unwavering determination, Finn set forth on what would become an odyssey like no other. The island served as a labyrinth of trials and tribulations, each one pushing Finn to his limits physically, mentally, and emotionally. Through dense forests, treacherous mountains, and desolate marshlands, Finn faced beasts of legend, puzzles of wit, and trials of courage. With each challenge, he grew stronger, harnessing powers he never knew he possessed. Whispers of his exploits soon spread throughout the island, reigniting hope within the hearts of its people. Villagers began to rally behind Finn, offering support and sharing their own wisdom about the Buggen's patterns and vulnerabilities. Back at the heart of the Isle of Man, the Buggen, its reign of terror relentless, sensed a disturbance in the fabric of its malevolence. It sensed the rise of a formidable adversary, an embodiment of everything it despised: hope, resilience, and undying determination. Filled with rage and defiance, the Buggen set out to confront Finn, seeking to extinguish the flickering flame of hope before it grew into an inferno that could consume it entirely. But little did the creature know that Finn had become a force to be reckoned with, wielding a power rooted not only in his strength but in the unity and fortitude of the island's inhabitants. As the final showdown between Finn and the Buggen approached, fate hung in the balance. The island held its breath, awaiting the clash that would determine its future. Legends would be forged, myths shattered, and the Isle of Man would forever be changed. In the dim twilight of an eerie moonlit night, Finn and the Buggen faced each other, adversaries locked in a gripping battle that resonated with the hopes and fears of an entire island. The air crackled with anticipation as the two combatants circled one another, their eyes fixed with unwavering determination. Finn, fueled by the knowledge that he fought not only for himself but for the safety and well-being of his people, drew upon every ounce of strength within him. His veins pulsed with an otherworldly energy, allowing him to tap into the ancient power that coursed through his veins. With a primal roar that seemed to shake the very foundations of the land, the Buggen lunged at Finn, its malevolent fangs bared. Finn was swift, his instincts sharpened by the trials he had endured. He evaded the creature's razor-sharp claws, countering with a lightning-fast strike of his own. Again and again, the dance of battle unfolded between them, shadows and moonlight mingling amidst the chaos. The Buggen's snarls echoed through the night, each growl unleashing a storm of primal fear that threatened to consume all in its wake. Yet Finn pressed on, fueled by a resolute determination to protect the innocent and banish darkness from the Isle of Man. But the Buggen was cunning, employing its shape-shifting abilities to confuse and disorient Finn. It transformed into familiar faces, twisting the memories of loved ones past and present to cloud Finn's judgment. Yet, with unwavering resolve, Finn looked beyond the facade, seeing the truth buried beneath the creature's manipulations. As the battle raged on, the people of the Isle of Man stood united, testing ancient charms and reciting incantations passed down through generations. Their voices resonated with an undercurrent of hope, forging a protective shield that encased Finn and shielded him from the Buggen's dark influence. The clash of forces intensified, the power of good and evil colliding in a crescendo of fury. Sparks ignited as Finn's weapon, forged from the essence of ancient magic, struck the Buggen's hide, forcing it back with a bellow of anguish. An indomitable spirit burned within Finn, fueled by his connection to the island, to its people, and to the very essence of their shared history. Each strike against the Buggen grew stronger, whittling away at its malignant presence, until an impossible choice loomed before Finn: to vanquish the Buggen and restore peace to the Isle of Man. Finn would have to summon a force unlike anything he had wielded before. It was a power that carried with it trepidation and sacrifice, a power that could forever change the fabric of his existence. With the weight of destiny upon his shoulders, Finn prepared to make his ultimate stand. His eyes, shining with determination, met the Buggen's gaze one last time. The final act in this battle of darkness and light was about to unfold, and the fate of the Isle of Man hung in the balance. As the climax of their epic struggle drew near, a shroud of eerie silence fell upon the land. The Buggen, sensing the impending decision that Finn would have to make, appeared momentarily war-torn, its ferocity giving way to a glimmer of introspection and uncertainty. Finn's heart pounded within his chest as he weighed the consequences of what lay before him. The power he could unleash held the potential to eradicate the Buggen, to purge the malice that had plagued the Isle of Man for generations. Yet he couldn't ignore the price that would accompany such a radiant victory, a price that might forever alter the course of his own existence. The lives and legends of Thailand echoed through Finn's mind, lending strength to his weary soul. He realized that he had become not just a warrior, but a guardian of sorts, tasked with safeguarding the heritage and spirit of his people. With their hopes and dreams intertwining, he knew he couldn't forsake them now, even if the peril seemed insurmountable. Taking a deep breath, Finn closed his eyes, and with an unwavering resolve, he reached deep into the well of ancestral energy that simmered within him. Sparks of ethereal light danced upon his fingertips as he channeled the combined strength, love, and trust of Thailanders. Amidst the battle-scarred landscape, Finn's transformation began. His skin shimmered with iridescent hues, glowing with the radiance of ancient magic. The marks etched upon his skin pulsed with a newfound vitality, manifesting the connection between him and his people, between past and present. As the luminous energy enveloped Finn, his physical form shifted, surpassing the boundaries of mortal limitations. In the face of such transcendent power, both the Buggen and the people of the Isle of Man stood in awestruck wonderment. It was a sight that would forever be etched in their collective memory, a testament to the resilience and indomitable spirit of the human soul. With each graceful motion, Finn's attack struck the Buggen with blinding precision and unparalleled force. The malevolent creature, battered and weakened, fought back with desperate tenacity, aware that its existence teetered on the precipice of oblivion. As the battle reached its crescendo, the skies above the Isle of Man erupted in a kaleidoscope of swirling light and thunderous energy. The clash between Finn and the Buggen unleashed transformative forces that reverberated throughout the land, shaking loose the stagnant despair that had entangled the island. But the true resolution to this tale of ancient terror and enduring hope remains a mystery, waiting to be woven into the tapestry of legend. For the Isle of Man, its destiny hangs in the balance, teetering on the edge of triumph or tragedy, as Finn and the Buggen continue their epic struggle, in the ever-ebbing dance between darkness and light. As the cataclysmic clash between Finn and the Buggen reached its climactic peak, a haunting realization washed over its islanders. The surge of energy pulsating through Finn threatened to consume him, destabilizing the very balance that held their world together. With each strike, Finn grew more immersed in the intoxicating power, his humanity slipping away, replaced by an insatiable thirst for dominance. The ancient symbols etched on his skin glowed with an unsettling fervor, as if they had taken control, guiding his every move with an otherworldly agenda. The people of the Isle of Man watched in growing horror as their savior transformed into an entity they no longer recognized. Strangers became enemies as Finn's unchecked power brought chaos and devastation to those he once vowed to protect. The land that once flourished with life and beauty now withered under the weight of his rampant malevolence. Meanwhile, the weakened Buggen, its once mighty form battered and torn, twisted its mangled body into a malicious grin. In its defeat, it had accomplished what it had always desired: the corruption and downfall of not only Thailand, but of Finn himself. As darkness engulfed the once vibrant Isle of Man, whispers of regret and sorrow spread through the shadows, a mournful elegy for a place that had fallen under its own ill-fated destiny. The cycle of rampant misfortune continued, perpetuated now not by a malicious creature, but by the very hero who had pledged to save them all. And so, the Isle of Man became a cautionary tale, a tragic reminder of the dangers that lie within the human heart. The Buggen retreated into the recesses of folklore, leaving behind a desolate land haunted by the echoes of what could have been. In the absence of light, darkness reigned supreme, and the Isle of Men sank into an eternal night from which it might never awaken.